Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. I am your host, your expert life strategist, Karina Calhoun. This is Go Be Great with Coach Karina, and I'm super excited. You all know I say this all the time. I'm always excited to be talking with the folks that come on the show to share their love for what they are doing, how they're sharing their love in the world. So today is no different. I have a very special guest. I am super, super thrilled to welcome Jenny Jackson to the show. So, Jenny, how are you today?
First of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy to be here. And I'm coming from Costa Rica. I'm not sure if you've heard about this wonderful country, but it's beautiful right now. It's really sunny, so it's a wonderful day today. And I'm really, really, really happy, actually.
Awesome. I love it. Listen, Jenny, I love the beach. So, tell us your best beach story. I know that kind of catches you off guard, but you're at the beach. You're in Costa Rica. So I'm sure you have one just off the top of your head. Of course, keep it clean, but your best beach story.
Okay, let me see. Well, this is a very funny one because I was with a couple friend of mine and we were on the beach, one of my favorite beaches, by the way. And we met a few ladies who were, a little lost. So they came up to us and said, "Hey, can you guide us to where we can find a good restaurant to have a dinner?" Because they were starving. And the thing is that first I met one of them, and I was the only one who could speak English at the time. So I asked them, okay, what exactly would you like to eat? We were talking about what exactly they wanted to eat because I wanted to give them a good experience, right? Being in a country where they don't know, it's good to give them some kind of direction. They invited us to go to the dinner with them. And they happens to be from France, and they are also in the personal development space. So we went and had dinner with them, and it was an amazing conversation. They told us about their projects, what they had in mind, and they were really, really amazing. And it was a wonderful experience. We're still in contact, actually, and hopefully they will be coming back quite soon. So the thing here is being on the beach and getting to know people. You don't know who you're gonna buck up with, right? And those ladies are actually working on a project to bring more people in the mindful space, and I'm going to be contributing with them in a few, well, when they return in a few months. So it has been a wonderful experience to get to meet from other countries and see and know what they have to do and how they are serving people from their own, area or space of improvement.
I absolutely love that because what had to happen, Jenny, is they had to come out of their comfort zone. You and the folks you were with had to come out of your comfort zone. And then look how you all were able to connect and really meet, mesh, and then move forward with a great relationship. That is absolutely amazing. I love to hear stories like that because I believe we are connected with other individuals for specific reasons. And so, if we would allow those dots to connect more often, I tell people the world is just really not as big as people think it is. And we're all here to be connected with someone else and other people. So, I absolutely love to hear that. So, Jenny, you've already alluded to the fact that you're in the personal improvement space. So, how are you specifically right now loving on the world around you?
Interesting, because one of the things always wanted to do was to empower people, right? Especially women. And the reason for that is I've been working in the IT department or IT space for quite some time. And women are not that, well, nowadays it's changes. But when I started, there wasn't women around. There were really one or two women for 10 guys. So imagine the difference. And they were certain conversations or certain areas where women were not expected to be because maybe it was too technical or that kind of situation. So when I started, I always wanted to be helping other women. And I always have been doing that from a very young age. And for me, women have a lot of potential for everything they put their minds to, not only business, but also their own personal development. We as moms, take care of the home, everything. We have a lot of different, I would say, roles in this society. So being able to empower women has been like my purpose because I've seen a lot of women that has so much potential in this world, but they don't believe it. They, oh no, well, maybe I'm not that good, or maybe I'm not, or I'm too old, or I'm too young, or no one takes me seriously. So being there and giving those words that can give them the push to say, okay, you have the potential to do it. You just need to believe in yourself. So having doing that for quite some time gave me the hint, you know what, why not do this as a, you know, with a more significance instead of just doing it for a company. So, and seeing them shine after you give them a few words is so wonderful to see how they're just blossom like a flower. It's really amazing. So, I've been helping my friends, and then I've been helping my colleagues, and it's amazing. And for me, it's so wonderful to see and to empower women to know that they have all that potential inside of them and they can do it. Just a matter of, believe in yourself and start taking those baby steps. And sometimes they need a little help, and there is where I would say I come in and give them that little push. I would say.
So, Jenny, what really just dawned on me, and I don't know why I haven't thought about this prior
Okay.
to now, because I've talked to hundreds of folks about, you know, empowerment, self improvement, things of that nature. But for there to be so much empowerment for women, why? You know, why do we as the female species need so much empowerment? And that may not necessarily be a question for you to answer right now. This is certainly something that I think could benefit from a panel of women. I think I'm
Mhm.
just kind of like in real life, like literally spitballing as you and I having this conversation, because it just dawned on me. Why do so much, why do so many women need empowerment? What do you think? I mean, you mentioned being in IT and women, there's one woman to 10 men, and they just didn't have the wherewithal to think, I deserve this, or I can do this. I have the ability. Why do we need so much empowerment, you know?
It's funny that you asked because while you were asking this question, I was analyzing certain things that I've gone through and I've heard different stories from other women. And it's a matter of there's so many things involved in this. And it might start from when we were very young. Society have put women in a place, well, thank God now things has been opening up for a lot, but from a very young age, we were taught, okay, you have to go to school, you have to be a mom, You have to take care of your home, and that's it. And there are many places that continue with that same mindset and keep telling their daughters, you have to be this. You don't have to go to work. You don't have to get an education. And sometimes unconsciously, our own parents or environment is responsible for that. So whenever this happens, sometimes, especially in organizations, man always has been the number one, right? They are the power, they are the one that has all the decisions, make all the decisions. And women has been put aside. Unfortunately, also, and this happens a lot, and I don't want to say it, but I'm going to put it out there because it has to be told. Other women, no matter if it's business, but it happens a lot in business, where they see other women as, instead of allies, it's like the enemy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
are the enemy. And I don't agree with you. I would agree a lot more with two guys than women, because you become the person who I need to overcome. And that is not the case. So when that kind of thing happens, we are unsure of what to do, or our own spouse also might say a few words that puts us back and say, but wait a minute, I'm not good enough. Or our own self, sometimes we want to be the best. And we look at social media, we look at everything else, and it says, okay, you have to look like a certain way, you have to talk in a certain way. So when we look ourselves in the mirror, we are unsure of what we see and what the society tells us how we should be. So there's a lot of patterns that come in place, especially with women, that gives us that outcome of ourselves. Okay, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough. I need to look like a certain way, I need to act like a certain way, I need to speak like a certain way. And that has been the reason why many women, and even us in this business, need some time to have those words of empowerment. Okay, I'm still doing this, but
Yes.
I need some more help. I still. So yeah, it has been a whole thing, but thank God things have been breaking through. Women have been coming out and showing, demonstrating that we can do the same or even more. I'm not saying guys are not, I'm just saying, but we can even do the same or more than what our fellow man has been doing for quite some time. So that's why we need that empowerment. And especially when it comes from other women, it gives us more
Mhm.
power to try to, okay, she did it, I can do it too. I can do it.
And one thing that you brought up early on in this piece that you're talking about is the allyship between women and women. And one thing, 2 points that I want to bring out about that is number one, I've had people ask, well, why, and this was early on, why would you have people that are in the same space with you on your podcast? Because I'm not in competition. And I tell people I'm in Richmond, Virginia, and if every single woman in Richmond, Virginia came to me right now today and said, I absolutely must have you as my coach today, I would epically fail because I can't serve everyone. I cannot do that. It is impossible. It is absolutely impossible for me to do that. So, with that being said, if we work as a team, everybody gets what they need. It's win, 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 win all the way around. The people that need servicing get what they need. The servicers are able to have clientele. Everybody has what they need.
Exactly.
I absolutely 100% believe in working together, but not just saying, it's um, no competition, but actually showing that there's no competition. And then the other thing is, we never know when we have those real, true, in depth conversations how much that woman beside us, whether we say it or not, but how much that woman beside us encourages us to go further. There is, whether we want to admit it or not, there is a validation button, no matter how small it is. There's a validation button inside of each and every one of us. And when a woman comes along and with the smallest compliment, the smallest nudge, the smallest push, the smallest empowerment, she flips that validation button. Again, it can be the smallest of buttons because everybody doesn't need huge validation. But there is that small piece in there that when these women connect, it pushes them. So I absolutely love that you are doing this and you are very well aware of, really the competition has no place. It has no place. I absolutely love that. So Jenny, tell us how we can get in touch with you. For those that are listening, again, I may not be the right coach for whoever's listening. I might not be the right coach for you, but Jenny may be. Get in touch with Jenny. See if this is, a plan, a service that she's providing that you can say, you know what, Jenny's my girl. I need to go to her. So Jenny, how can we get in touch with you?
Okay, so I have a website which is jennyjpath.com. So just look it up there, jennyjpath.com. You can find me. That's my website. It has where to connect with me if they would like a complimentary, one-on-one session. We can have a conversation just like you and I are having right
Yeah,
now and
yeah.
see, what do you want to do, what I can help you out with, and how we can join forces. Also, I have a YouTube channel, and it's
Okay.
Jenny Jackson, so you can look me up there. I just started it a few months ago, so it's quite new. And I also have on my Instagram account, which is Jenny Jackson Official, the same as my Facebook page, which is Jenny Jackson Official. So you can find me on those platforms. And the same, if you need any assistance, you can hit me an email on support@jennyjpath.com.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Jenny, any last words of wisdom for the listeners?
I just wanted to say, I mean, if you have something that you have been keeping inside for a while, and there's someone next to you, I don't care if it's your mother or your spouse, your sister, that is telling you, no, 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 don't do it, don't do it. I would say, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart.
Yeah,
Because if it's really there and you want it and there's that burning desire to do something, go ahead and do it. And if you have to look for someone that is going to help you, that is not your family, make that decision and look for someone who is going to help you out. Because if you don't have that person next to you, you need to find one. It doesn't have to be one of us. It can be a great friend that is going to help you say, okay, go for it. I'm going to be there. That is what you need. Whatever it is, if you want to start a bakery, if you want to start your, and whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is, put it out there. You don't know who you're going to be serving in a long run, but just go for it.
absolutely. I love it. I absolutely love it. And for those that are listening, if you are not aware, I have teamed with an amazing author, Kim Lingling, and I am or have released a new book, and it's titled When Hope Found Me. So be on the lookout for that on Amazon. I do share some very intimate, never before released information about myself and how hope found me and how I've overcome trials and tribulations in life. So, folks, this has been another great episode of Go Be Great with Coach Karina. I am your expert life strategist, and I will see you all on the flip side. Bye, everybody.